What if I told you one of Glee's biggest stars once walked away with $100,000 for photos that were never supposed to disappear? Chord Overstreet just revealed a shocking secret that left his castmates speechless, and it's got fans scrambling to uncover what really happened to the Playgirl shoot that mysteriously vanished from shelves. The secret came out during a Celebrity Weakest Link reunion, where Chord was joined by Glee favorites like Amber Riley, Heather Morris, and Jenna Ushkouts. Hosted by Jane Lynch, the episode was supposed to be a light-hearted nostalgia trip. But when Jane cheekily mentioned a $100,000 offer, Chord dropped the bombshell. Playgirl once asked him to do a full frontal spread, and he said yes. His castmates erupted in disbelief. Some laughed, some shouted questions, and Jane Lynch's jaw hit the floor. But the real shock? Chord didn't just say yes. The shoot actually happened. According to Chord, the photos were taken, the magazine was prepped, and fans couldn't wait. He claimed Playgirl had their biggest ever pre-sales and pre-orders. But just before the issue hit the stands, everything changed. His publicist yanked it from circulation, and the images vanished. "It's out there somewhere," Chord teased, hinting that the photos still exist in some hidden archive. Jane Lynch even turned it into a mission, staring straight into the camera and telling America to find those Playgirls. But how did a kid from Nashville even end up in that position? Back in 2010, Chord joined Glee as Sam Evans, the blonde new kid with a six-pack and a goofy smile. Almost overnight, he became the show's fresh heartthrob, filling the gap left by the older male leads. Fox plastered him on posters, magazines wanted him shirtless, and fans screamed his name on tour. Chord later admitted the experience was like boot camp, where he learned more in a year than he ever could in classes. But behind the applause came the pressure, the kind of pressure that makes a $100,000 nude shoot sound almost normal. And that's when the offers started piling in. At the height of Glee mania, the cast was being pulled in every direction. Reports suggest they were offered everything from endorsements to bizarre product tie-ins. Chord, the fresh face, was constantly asked to capitalize on his body and teen idol status. Playgirl's offer was extreme, but it wasn't out of place. Hollywood was determined to cash in on the cast's image, even if it meant blurring the lines between acting, fame, and exploitation. And while Chord laughed about it years later, for fans, it was a reminder of how quickly rising stars can be pushed to extremes. But compared to what happened to some of his co-stars, Chord's story almost feels tame. Every time a Glee star makes headlines, fans can't help but think about the so-called Glee curse. From Corey Monteith's heartbreaking passing to Mark Salling's crimes, and Lea Michele's never-ending controversies, the cast's legacy is marked by tragedy. Chord's confession feels like the lighter side of that chaos. Bizarre, shocking, but not tragic. Still, it shines a spotlight on how surreal their fame really was. One moment you're singing on stage to 18,000 people. The next, you're fielding six-figure offers to strip down for a magazine. And while Chord's story didn't end in scandal, it easily could have. After Glee, Chord tried to carve his own path. He left the show briefly over contract disputes, then pivoted into music. His singles never topped the charts, but he built a loyal following. In 2022, he landed a Netflix comeback in Falling for Christmas alongside Lindsay Lohan, which reminded fans why they loved him in the first place. But now, years later, it's not the movie or the music making headlines. It's a lost Playgirl shoot from over a decade ago, and the mystery of why it was pulled. Which raises the question, what really happened behind the scenes? Chord himself admitted the images were ready to go. Playgirl confirmed the offer was real, even telling E! News back in 2010 that he didn't have to take it all off if he didn't want to. But according to Chord, his publicist pulled the plug. Did Fox pressure him to protect the family-friendly image of Glee? Did management fear it would derail his career? Or was it simply Chord having second thoughts? Nobody knows for sure. What we do know is this. Somewhere, out there, those photos might still exist, and fans haven't stopped hunting. Today, at 36, Chord laughs about the experience. But behind the humor lies a bigger truth about fame. One choice, one photo shoot, one decision to say yes or no, it can shape how the world sees you forever. So here's the big question. Did Chord Overstreet save his career by pulling those photos, or did he miss out on cementing himself as a pop culture legend? Drop your take in the comments. And if you want a full breakdown of the so-called Glee curse, with every shocking detail from behind the scenes, hit subscribe, because that story will leave you speechless.